Welcome back live inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum for game number 2 of our Saturday afternoon doubleheader here in season 65 of the UAAP. In Studio 23, it's the University of the East Red Warriors going up against the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles. It's second round action right here in the UAAP with Danny Francisco. This is Jude Torquato, and we've got another ball game that we suspect will be an exciting one here in the UAAP.
You know, Jude, this is a game wherein both teams have contrasting fortunes here in the UAAP. We're talking about the UE Red Warriors rattling off 6 straight wins after opening their season with 2 losses. On the other hand, the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles, after winning 3 games, they have lost 4 of their last 5. So it's quite important that Ateneo gets this win over the UE Red Warriors just to keep in step with the other leaders in the UAAP.
Well, you talked about the records of these 2 squads. Let's take a look at the team standings to see exactly where these 2 teams fare. They're still within the top 4 in the UAAP, but Ateneo kind of teetering on the borderline there.
You know, LaSalle still with 9-0. Talk about character. There you have it, the defending champions. De La Salle Green Archers on top of the heap. The UE Red Warriors currently at second with 6-2. UST 5-4. A win here by the Blue Eagles would push them to 3rd place with UST. However, FEU is inching slowly up the team standings. Adamson and UP with 3-6. And NU will round up our tournament with 1-8 so far as we are in the second round.
You talked about FEU. They just won during game number 1 to inch themselves in at number 5 spot here in the UAAP standings. Well, these 2 teams, although they have dissimilar records, UE with 6 wins, Ateneo with 4 wins, the stats really are very similar.
You know, it's very close, and looking at the numbers, it could explain why this is an exciting ball game. Ateneo 75 points, UE 74 points. The number of points that they give up to their opponents, you know, that actually very minimal in terms of differences. Field goal shooting percentage almost equal. The rebounding story, again, equal. So this makes of an exciting ball game because you know that both teams have different purposes of trying to win this game. Well,
during the first round, these 2 teams did meet, and it was a very close ball game with the UE Red Warriors really inching its way under the win column towards the end of the game there.
Well, August 1, it happened here at the Rizal Coliseum. UE defeating Ateneo 76-73. In fact, it was a close ball game. Ateneo managed to get back into the ball game. However, UE just holding on to that win. Key stat would be the turnovers. 21 against 14 in favor of Ateneo. You don't want to be in favor of Ateneo when you talk about turnover, Jude. But again, leading scorers for UE was Paul Ortadi and James Siap, 14 points apiece. On the other hand, it's Villanueva with 18 points. So again, by looking at the numbers of these players, expect them again to lead their team here in this particular game.
Well, Danny, for the UE Red Warriors on the red side, one guy that we really have to watch is a guy who has scored over 30 points the last 2 times out. And that man right there, you're looking at him on your screens, that's James Yap.
You know, if there's somebody who epitomizes a Red Warrior, UE Red Warrior, it's going to be James Yap. In the last 2 games, 33 points. And look at the numbers in terms of field goal percentage, 54. But more importantly, the 3-point field goal shooting, 47% for James Yap. Again, it might be a defensive game for Ateneo of trying to shut down a James Yap. Who knows? Once you shut down a James Yap, you practically shut down half of the offense of the UE Red Warriors. But then again, some guys has got to shoot because of a basketball game is that you've got to put the ball through the hoop.
Well, on the other side of the coin, the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles, like you said, they've lost 4 out of 5 games. During their last loss to the FEU Tamaraos, very surprising, they were massacred in the boards. I mean, they were out-rebounded by a huge margin during that ball game.
Well, look at those numbers, a 22 rebound advantage by the FEU Tamaraos. Alvarez and Villanueva, who can give you close to about 10 rebounds a ball game, were held to 3 rebounds each. So, you know, it might be that Ateneo will have to look at the other things that they have in their total basketball game. When we're talking about the rebounding, we're talking about their field goal percentage, but more importantly, I think this could be a defensive game for Ateneo, considering that UE on a hot streak and they know how to run their offense very well.
Well, we're looking at another exciting game right here. It's the second round of the UAAP. It's Ateneo versus UE coming up next.
Looks like an evenly matched starting unit for both squads. Yap, Caneleta, Estrada, Tubid, and Artadi, their counterparts in Ateneo. And looking at them on the floor, Jude, you can say that it's evenly matched up. save for Tenorio, who will be going up against Paul Artadi. But again, Tenorio is just giving away a few inches in terms of height to Paul Artadi.
Tenorio certainly, along with Paul Artadi, two of the top 9 guards in the UAAP. First possession belongs to UE. Artadi, 2 points, right away, off the bat. Tenorio spits, picks up his dribble, passes it back to Alvarez. Alvarez drives in the lane, out to Cruz for 3. That's a little long, rebound Villanueva. He follows it for the first 2 points for the Eagles.
It's a good thing Enrique Villanueva is there to pick up the offensive rebound for Ateneo. All squared at 2.
India drives inside, finds an opening, out to Tubit, open for 3. That's long, rebound Alvarez. And this is something we're going to have to look at here. Already 2 rebounds for Ateneo. Alvarez and Villanueva, 2 of the top rebounders here in the UAAP, and yet FEU was able to double the rebounding output during their last ball game.
Well, you know, the work has been cut out for Rich Alvarez and Enrique Villanueva this afternoon. They've got a match against the likes of J.R. Escados, again, relentless in terms of rebounding for the UNED Warriors.
Corner, it's Gonzalez. Zone defense implemented by the Warriors. Cruz on the left side. Looking inside, but double team right away off the ball is Villanueva. And the 3-point shot does not go for Rich Alvarez. Here's Artadi pushing it up once again. Nothing there. Out to Yap. Yap drives inside. Finds an opening. One-handed jumper, not there. And Alvarez his second rebound of the ball game. Here's Tenorio. Dribble drive inside for the layup. You know, we haven't seen that with LA Tenorio the last few games, really penetrating through the defense of the opponent. Here's one of Tubit left open, out to Yap. Now it's Artadi, inside, tipped away. Canaleta gets it back. Drives inside again, Villanueva, pass to Estrada, the fake, the shot, draws the foul. He'll have 2 free throws.
First personal foul called against Enrique Villanueva on that drop pass by Canaleta. J.R. Estrada, you know, J.R. Estrada very dangerous underneath, especially against the likes of taller opponents because he knows how to fake against his opponents.
Well, Ateneo coming off a loss. Let's see what Coach Joel Banal said at the locker room. Let's get a courtside report from Sandy Longan.
Yes, it's a must-win game for the Ateneo Blue Eagles this afternoon. Coach Banal, however, knows that UE is a talented team, so he's asking the boys to defend well and to run their fast breaks properly. He's also asking them to keep a close eye on Yap and Tubit, and also to pressure Artadi to give up the ball. Back to you, Jude and Randy.
Thank you very much, Patty. And it is kind of a must-win situation for Ateneo. But they're all bunched up. There's a lot of teams that do have a chance of making the Final Four. Ateneo is certainly one of them. UE in sole possession of second place.
We'll see the defense of UE. It's a 2-3 zone defense being applied by UE, probably forcing some shooters of Ateneo to hit from the outside. Probably Coach Boyce Samon knows that Ateneo has been faltering from their outside shot. That's why he's willing to give up that outside shot to the Ateneans.
But until Ateneo proves they can hit that consistently, I think UE will stay in a zone defense. Here's Tenorio. He shoots a 3. That one's off right. And another offensive rebound for Ateneo. This one is with Alvarez. Alvarez make the 3. Now it's Gonzalez for 3. And he misses the 3 as well. James Yap pushed from behind by Gonzalez.
That's going to be number 1 against Wesley Gonzalez. And Ateneo 0 out of 3 from the 3-point range. And this is what we just talked about. Probably he knows that the offense of Ateneo spotters, if we're going to talk about the outside shot, might as well give them the outside shot and let Enrique Villanueva work hard for rebounds, not even think about his offense.
Well, we all know that Villanueva is one of the best post players here in the league. As Canaleta, his shot bounces out. Villanueva will give it to Tenorio.
But you know what's important is that they've got to get the ball to Enrique Villanueva and try to establish the inside game.
Here's Tenorio. This time, he makes sure that the 3 goes in.
And this is something good for LA Tenorio. Bring up his confidence, Jude.
Here's Artadi to give to Yap. Yap takes against Alvarez. Here's Artadi. Still looking. Artadi drives inside. Bounces it to Tubit from the corner. Tubit has it. Out to Yap. Yap takes the 3. One step inside. 17-footer. Bounces out. Alvarez with a rebound.
If there's one good sign for Ateneo right now is that they are controlling the defensive boards Not only that, if you notice, they're crashing, trying to get the offensive rebound.
Ang malamang Danny, pinagsabihan niya ni Coach Joel Banal after looking at the statistics during the last game. Villanueva inside, blocked away. Here comes UE on the fast break. Altadi all the way to the basket. And there's no foul call and a rebound to Gonzalez.
Well, Ateneo has the numbers. Altadi still at his backcourt.
Out to Alvarez. Three-point area against Tubit. Drives in the baseline. Ball is stiff. Now it's Gonzalez. 7-3 our score. 4-point lead for Ateneo. Tenorio slips and falls. Gives it to Cruz against Estrada. Cruz has it. 2 on the shot clock. They're going to have to shoot it. Tenorio lost it. And he just kind of shot it wildly over his head. The time was running out as the ball slipped. And I think we've got a very slippery ball. This is not the first time we've seen it slip as LA Tenorio, first and only three-pointer of the ball game so far. Brought to you by Lipton Ice Tea, the official ice tea of the UAAP. Let's go over to Vanessa Pepe of UE for a courtside update.
Yes, guys. Coach Boise Temers is telling his guys to keep their focus on the game, and the keyword here is consistency. They must play smart inside and watch out for the hot hands of Villanueva and Tenorio. That said, back to you, Jude and Dan.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. They certainly need to be focused here. Out to Yap. Cross court to Tubit. Tubit backs his way against Villanueva. Nothing there. Yap takes the three. Shoots the three. Down.
You know, this could be a shooting match, Jude, because Ateneo also employed that 2-3 zone. And again, whenever you're playing against a zone, what you'd like to do is to be able to rotate the ball quickly, use the weak area, and spot up the open man.
There's Andrew Cruz. He tries to join the three-point parade. Doesn't make the shot. Altadi the long rebound. Altadi bangs into Andrew Cruz, who did not have position.
Blocking foul will be called against Andrew Cruz.
Here's that shot by Yap. They know he's going to shoot, so Tadeo went out after it, but nice fake by James Yap for a Lipton three-point shot. Lipton, the official iced tea of the UAAP.
You know, what you can do, Jude, also is that if you've got shooters as opponents, what you can do is just try to contest the shot. If you cannot really recover on defense, as long as you try to contest that shot, then you can probably say that you've played good defense.
Well, James Yap, like we mentioned, has averaged 33 points the last 2 games, and a lot of those 33 have been from three-point land. Yap takes the pass, goes inside, floats in the air, bounces out. Estrada with the offensive rebound and comes back.
Now UE is on top. Because that's one thing, every time you play the zone, once your teammate shoots, you must know where your man is.
Inside to Villanueva, drives inside, double team, shoots it anyway, breaks it right. Here's Altadi pushing it up right away. Altadi still has it. One step there, no foul call. There's a lot of contact. That's going to be an out-of-bounds call, UE ball.
You know, what Paul Altadi is trying to do is he's just trying to break down the defense of Ateneo. Every time he has the ball, he manages to push it really hard through the middle. And he's just trying to pick up numbers and probably just make sure that he's got the numbers on his side when it comes to his teammates.
Here's Yap. He almost slipped again. He shoots a three. And he's a dead shot from the three-point Lipton area.
And he's extending his hand to Wesley Gonzalez.
Well, there's a lot of trash talking here. Wesley's one of the guys who likes to talk to his defender. That time, James Yap talks to Wesley as Wesley answers back as he points back to James Yap, making sure that James Yap knew about that three-point shot. It's 10-11 our score. 1-point advantage for the Warriors. They've got a timeout. We'll be back. Back live at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. And I have a feeling, Danny, that we're going to be raining a lot of Lipton threes today. Here's one from James Yap, brought to you by Lipton Ice Tea, the official ice tea of the UAAP. And hey, why not? Let's have another one. This one is from Wesley Gonzalez from Lipton land. Wesley swishes it right through for another Lipton Ice Tea three-point shot.
You know, probably one team will have to give in terms of switching the kind of defensive stance that they're going to apply against their opponents. But right now, both teams feel comfortable.
He has it. They're up by 1. Canaleta cross-court to Artadi. Still zone defense for Ateneo. James Yap from the corner. In and out. You know, I have a feeling he's going to be shooting a lot more by the time this game is over. Gonzalez gets away, but he missed the layup. Stubid will push it out. Inside to Estrada. Estrada tries to find an opening, almost lost it. Canaleta. Inside to cutting Tubid. Tubid, turn around. Yep, open for three. That one he tricked left.
Ateneo has the numbers to run their fast break. Might as well run those fast breaks.
Once more to Fonacier. Takes the three. Back to Cruz. Now it's Gonzalez. Again, open for three. This one short. Canaleta, nice box out.
Now with Prince Alvarez and Rico Villanueva on the bench for Ateneo, I expect Ateneo to work doubly hard to be able to grab those rebounds, Jude.
There's Artadi, hesitation move, bounces it to James Yap. Tubid open from the corner, way off. As the ball is loose, Ateneo with the rebound, ahead to Fonacier. Here comes Ateneo. Fonacier drives inside, lost control, and it's a traveling violation on Larry Fonacier. Good defense by Paul Artadi.
You know what Paul Artadi just wanted to do against Larry Fonacier was just to even stop his momentum, but here Fonacier got carried away by his momentum, took a few steps. That's traveling.
Estrada, top of the key, still looking. One dribble in, inside, Yap, the reverse layup, missed the shot, but the follow is there by Canaleta.
Now UE beginning to work their way inside the shaded area against Ateneo. They're up by 3. Ateneo looking for their shots from the outside. I don't think they've got a threat inside at this point, so I expect Ateneo to shoot from way out.
Here's Del Rosario. He loses control of the ball, gets it back. The pass stolen away by Yap. Artadi has Gonzalez to beat. All the way to the basket. Blocked away, but there's a foul on Gonzalez.
You know, Paul Artadi strikes me as a player with no fear. You saw that in that bit of action. He knew that Wesley Gonzalez was just waiting for him, initiated the contact, and got fouled.
Here's the block on Del Rosario ahead to Artadi. Gonzalez has about 2 inches on Artadi, but he still went up to play defense. Gonzalez actually got more ball, but he had body
Yes.
in the torso area. Free throw, brought to you by Globe Andy. Great things to see. Here's Enrico Villanueva, a UAAP MVP in the juniors division. In the high school days, Ateneo. Second free throw doesn't go, but it's tipped by Canaleta.
Talk about athleticism, and you have Canaleta with that tipping. That was still above the rim, Jude.
Here's Alvarez, out to Del Rosario, drives inside, lead-in jumper, blocked away by Estrada. So a couple of blocks already for the Red Warriors. Good interior defense with the big men. 16-10 our score, 6-point loss. The alley-oop inside, tipped away by Fonacier. Del Rosario gets it. Ahead to Fonacier, no numbers. 3 white shirts back on defense. Ahead to Del Rosario, he's been blocked a couple of times already. Inside, Alvarez drives inside. Tenorio open for 3, but there's a whistle. Is that an offensive foul on Alvarez?
They called the foul against James Yap.
It's on James Yap. A minute 54 left here in the first quarter. 16-10 our score. The UE Red Warriors, a 6-point lead over Ateneo. We've got a timeout.
Technology shouldn't overwhelm you. It should open your mind. Samsung Digital brings it all together.
That is not Ronald Tubid's laundryman.
And no, Ronald Tubid is not naked on the bench.
He does have another uniform. Well, he might need that uniform, but he's just got that steal, but he doesn't have any points yet. Here in this game, here's Canaleta, open for 3. Giants joining the parade. This time is not there, but the rebound right there for Rolly Masbang.
You know, this is where Ateneo misses the services of big guys like Paulo Bugia and Enrico Villanueva at this point in the game. And in this kind of defensive set applied by UE, Ateneo surely misses his Magno Membrere.
Casey Intal, the rookie, just in the ball game, drawing the foul, hitting the 2 points. A nice dish by Richie Alvarez. He was double teamed as he got the post move, or he got the ball inside for his post move. Here's the double team by UE, and Masbang left his man, which was JC Intal, for a strong signal power move from Globe Handyphone, making great things possible.
Well, who knows? JC Intal might prove to be another offensive threat for Ateneo in this game. Makes this three-point play. Expect his teammates to feed him more inside the paint.
Well, he doesn't complete the three-point play, but you know, Ateneo does have a lot of high school champions. Villanueva won the championship in high school as James Yap backs it out, follows his own shot, still missing the shot, and Masbang, I think, was fouled there on the offensive rebound, but as I was saying, it was really Tenorio winning the NCAA high school championship. This guy, JC Intal, also winning his high school championship for Letran back in the NCAA days. Bonacier won an UAAP high school championship along with Villanueva, as I mentioned. And I believe Membrere and Buguia also won championships during high school. So they just have to transfer that into the college level, I guess.
Well, Villanueva back into the ballgame, replacing San Ateneo. Coach Joel Banal knows that they're having some problems boxing out against UE. His players on the floor, actually the front line of UE, very athletic.
James Yap misses the first free throw. Would like to remind everyone that Chalk Magazine is the official magazine of the UAAP. Don't forget to check out Chalk Magazine's special back-to-back UAAP and NCAA issues with 2 pages of sports feature stats, and not to mention tons of pictures of your favorite hardcore hotties from both leagues. Chalk Magazine, from school to sports, we've got your campus covered.
Changes being made by UE. James Yap has been recalled to the bench in favor of Umiping. James Yap definitely has gotten his numbers in the first quarter for UE, a total of 7 points.
There's Tenorio on the left side. Villanueva now in the ball game, lowers his shoulder, offensive foul. So that's number 2, I believe, on Enrique Villanueva.
Well, he's got to watch out because that was a pass at the keyhole area. And if you commit on that dribble and lower your shoulder, and there's a defensive man just standing, and you run into him, and you know, that is an offensive foul.
That's probably something Coach Joel Banal does not like to see. Fouls from Villanueva outside or away from the basket. He probably won't mind fouls inside because that's where he's supposed to be. But if it's 17, 18 feet out, I'm not sure that's what he wants. Here's Umiping taking the 3 out to Tubit. Tubit double team, cross court. Huartani, he shoots a 3. And that one's left. As the rebound goes to Umiping, and there's a foul
by Rich Alvarez. That's going to be 1 against Alvarez in the 17th foul of Ateneo. So it's going to be free throw shooting for the UE Red Warriors.
You know, Danny, after a bunch of defensive rebounds for Ateneo, it seems like in the last few possessions they've been having a difficult time.
You know, the reason being is that the UE players are coming from the outside too. And the Ateneo players, what they have to do is make sure that if a UE Red Warrior comes from the outside, they should mark him right away, probably pick them up even before they make that strong move towards the hoop.
Oli Masbang will have a couple of free throws. Ateneo now in the penalty. They have 7 fouls already in the game. First free throw by Masbang. Right through. I'd like to give birthday greetings to Roland Anthony Perez. He is the son of Brent Perez, the board member from University of the East. Who, by the way, I'd like to thank. He gave me tickets to the Ateneo Nassau game. Here's Tenorio, crossover move against Booker. Look away pass inside, and top block from behind by Masbang, but a foul is called.
But that was a good empty pass. Actually, that pass by Eli Tenorio to JC Intal was a good pass. And you know, you can capitalize on the athleticism also of a JC Intal. Watch this pass.
Well, I'm not sure if this is that tough of a defensive play move. A Rexona defensive play, but a foul was called, so it wasn't a clean block. That was brought to you by 24-Hour Rexona, your best defense against odor and wetness. Rexona, it won't let you down.
You know, never mind if he got blocked or he got fouled. You know, the challenge is there that they like to play the inside game as well.
And now misses 0 for 2 in that set. The UE Red Warriors quietly looking for a double-digit lead here. Here's Masbang inside. He misses the short shot. Looking at the clock, 5 seconds left. Artadi 16 feet out, and it's an 11-point lead on the UE Red Warriors. As time expires here in the first quarter, UE showing why they are the second hottest team in the UAAP. They are up by 11 points, 23-12 is our first quarter score after 10 minutes of play. The Warriors, thanks to plays like this from Artadi, going all the way to the basket. In fact, that was the first 2 points out of the 23 of UE. We'll be back with the second after these.
But Jude, as we start the second quarter, you know what ailed Ateneo during the first quarter is that the lack of consistency. You made mention of it, that they started off well. They plucked a lot of defensive rebounds. They ran their offense well. They managed to shoot from the outside. However, after about 5 minutes, suddenly everything just turned around for Ateneo, and the UE has maintained their consistency in the first quarter, and that's the reason for this big lead, 11 points.
Wild shot by Villanueva. Now ball is loose on the ground, still loose. Everybody going for it. And here's a whistle, and a foul will be called. And is this on Butel or Tan?
Looks like Butel will be called for the foul.
I know it's on Tan. And Charles Tan.
That's going to be the first against Tan. You know, they're just swarming all over Enrico Villanueva once Villanueva gets that ball. The key here is that once Villanueva brings that ball down, you can expect 5 white shirts just ganging up on him.
The key for that, Vanny, certainly is for Ateneo to hit some outside jumpers to kind of open up that middle defense of UE until they start hitting the outside jumpers consistently. Villanueva will at least see a double team, most likely a triple team every time he gets the ball.
You know, not only that, Jude, it takes a split second for Villanueva to even think about this move, because once the defense collapses, he's got to pop the ball out to somebody else.
Here's Alvarez. He shoots a 3. That's long rebound to Booker. Booker calls the play out to Umiping. Umiping out to Tan. Looking inside for Butel. Nothing there. Gives to Booker. Left-handed drive. Floats in the air. And he hits the shot.
You know, there's a big gaping hole down the middle of the keyhole area. And that's the reason why UE just attacks that hole. And any defensive adjustment that Ateneo makes leaves a UE Warrior wide open.
Here's Chia on the right side. Looking for Alvarez. Tries to back his way, faces up, spin move, inside the pass. Booker has it against Tenorio. Booker, nice stutter step, move, and a layup.
4 straight points by Arnold Booker, pushing this lead up to 15 points, 27-12.
With the Warriors threatening to blow this game wide open here in the second quarter. Chia, pounded by Tan, looking for the open man. Villanueva, 17 feet out, backs his way inside. The dish to Alvarez. He's fouled and he hits the basket.
Well, Ateneo will need more of those moves coming from Rich Alvarez.
Here's a fast connection, fast break from Globe Handy Phone, making great things possible. Booker eludes 2 Ateneo defenders for the 2 points. Alvarez, 2-time MVP here in the UAAP. Completes the 3-point play. The lead down to 12, and that ball goes out of bounds. A turnover for Umiping. Let's go over to the Ateneo side. Let's see what Coach Joel Banal has in store for his boys.
Yes, Coach Joel Banal knows that it's still too early for the Ateneo Blue Eagles to lose hope, so they're really working hard to regain their pride in the second half of the game. Right now, they want to be patient. They have to wait for that open shot. They have to box out on board. They also have to work on those rebounds. Back to you, Student Red.
That shot by Alvarez was actually an afterthought. I didn't think he wanted to shoot that ball. He looked for the pass. And then
Lucky break for Ateneo. And Rich Alvarez, because Masbang was guilty of the second personal foul. Some changes again for UE. Artadi already back into the ball game together with James Yap replacing Tan. and Omiping. You know, it's also glaring to see that what's happening to Ateneo right now is that they are not really providing picks for their teammates. They're not making use of screens when they run their offensive set. UE is already playing man-to-man, so the thing here is that you've got to make use of your teammates to free yourself from your defensive man.
Alvarez hits both free throws. He's got all the points for Ateneo in the second quarter. The lead is down to 10. The highest was at 15. Ateneo has scored 5 straight points. Here's James Yap. Gets past Bonachère. Challenges Villanueva. Nothing there, but there's a foul.
Looks like it's going to be called against Villanueva. So
that's a big foul.
That's going to be number 3 against Enrico Villanueva.
That's a big call. Enrico Villanueva, number 3 here in the game. Well, he's definitely not going to be able to get any rebounds on the bench.
You know, Enrico Villanueva was the last line of defense against James Yap. The primary defense, which is the defensive man of James Yap, was at fault in that particular action. He just let James Yap go past him and leave it up to Enrico Villanueva. So Enrico Villanueva has sacrificed himself. He has picked up 3 fouls.
James Yap now with 8 points in the ball game, scoring 7 in the first. Nice averages for James Yap. One of the best scorers here in the league, and he hits a 2 for 2. Lead is back to 12 points. Tenorio against Artadi. On the right side, against Rich Alvarez. Alvarez against Estrada, bounces it inside, and Joel Banal leaving Villanueva in. A little bit dangerous there. Here's Booker, and Villanueva could not do anything. He has 3 fouls.
Great vision on the part of Paul Artadi. He knew Booker was way ahead of him, way ahead of the pack, to be precise. And he just spotted Arnold Booker. Booker already with 6 points, I believe.
Here's Alvarez once again, way away from the basket. Bonachère draws the foul from Paul Artadi. But that was a nice pass to Arnold Booker. I mean, look at this. He had Villanueva and Chia right there, but he got it over their heads for a fast connection, fast break from Broad Handyball, making great things possible. But the transition defense of Ateneo really needs to improve. Otherwise, UE will just get a lot of layups. They've had a few layups already.
You know, what's funny in that particular situation, Jude, was that normally you'd pass it off to a point guard. However, it was the point guard, Paul Artadi, passing it off to another guard, Arnold Booker.
Here's Bonachère to Alvarez. Inside, Gonzalez fakes, fires, blocked away by Estrada.
And that's the kind of help defense that you would like to have. You know, Cañaleta just raises hands, but apparently J.R. Estrada came from behind to get that block.
Here's Artadi getting a screen. Go inside, Artadi against Tenorio, and the scoop shot is good. Artadi getting the better of Tenorio going that way.
You know, Artadi is just outplaying L.A. Tenorio. L.A. Tenorio needs some help. You know, he's trying to call out the play, but again, if the defense begins to tighten up on L.A. Tenorio, you've got to help him out.
That time, Artadi hits Tenorio, and there's some words being exchanged there. That was a hard foul by Artadi. And Tenorio's looking for an unsportsmanlike foul. I think LA is just a little bit frustrated because of what happened during the last play. Here's a drive by Tenorio and a hard foul by Artadi.
This could be a challenge goes to L.A. Tenorio. Paul Artadi is a good point guard for the UE Warriors. He manages to hold his team together. Now it is a time for an L.A. Tenorio to even hold his team together for Ateneo.
Well, you know, I like the spunk of L.A. Tenorio as he really said some words to Paul Artadi. Here's a tough defensive play brought to you by 24-Hour Rexona. J.R. Estrada blocking that shot. Rexona, your best defense against odor and wetness. L.A. Tenorio. That's for the technical foul. I guess a technical foul was called on Artadi for that very rough foul. on LA Tenorio. And I think this is a good move by Coach Boise Zamar, taking Artadi out of the game just to cool off.
Cool things down.
Yeah, cool things down.
You know, he knows that he's got a lead right now, 33-18, I believe.
Artadi, certainly in my opinion, outside of Mike Cortez, is the hottest point guard right now in the UAAP.
And I've got to agree with you on that.
Tenorio. This is the free throw. Here's Tubit. Back to Umiping. Umiping still looking out to Tubit. Thought about the three. Ponasier's right there on defense. Back to Canaleta. Canaleta rises in the air above everybody for 2 points.
Well, just a simple baseline move by Canaleta. And again, Yui just breaking down the defense of Ateneo.
Here's Tenorio getting past Umiping. The pass inside. Alvarez is bumped. He'll have a couple of more free throws.
You know, Alvarez will have to establish his inside game. In the absence of Villanueva, saddled with 3 personal fouls, he will go to the free throw line on the 3rd foul of Canaleta.
Well, Danny would like to make a correction. Paul Artadi was not called for a technical foul during that last set. It was just a hard foul by Artadi. And no technical foul was called. Just to clarify things. Because that might matter later on because technical fouls were also counted as personal fouls. As per FIBA rules, as Alvarez hits the free throw.
That's going to be the 6-point of Rich Alvarez, all coming here in the second quarter. And aside from Alvarez, only 1 Eagle has scored, and that is Eli Tenorio.
So Alvarez hits his second precision globe free throw. James Yap, pounded by Chia, cross-court to Tubit. Tubit double team. Cross-court to Yap, who loses control, gets it back, bounces it off Gonzalez. With 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 5:50 remaining in the first half. The Newly Red Warriors taking control of this ball game, a 15-point advantage. In fact, the lead was all the way up to 17 before those 2 free throws by Richie Alvarez. Here's James Yap. Trapped. Out to Tubit. Tubit, lean-in jumper. The back shot is no good. Estrada loses control. Chia has it. Ahead to Cruz. He's got James Yap to beat. Andrew Cruz will just slow it down, though, as he looks for Chia. Chia out to Ponasher. Ponasher.
Defensive foul will be called against Rich Alvarez, against James Yap. That's going to be number 2 against Rich Alvarez. Well, he's got to watch out because Villanueva already with 3 personal fouls. There it is.
There's an elbow by Rich Alvarez. There's something like that you really don't need.
And, you know, you can't overhaul this 15-point lead at once. What you can do is that you play a tough defensive stance against your opponent and then slowly inch your way back into this game.
Here's Tubit against Alvarez. The bounce inside to Omiping. Left open for 2 more points.
And if you notice, most of the points of Yui coming from inside. James Yap has been silent so far from the outside. They know that they've got an advantage when they use their quickness against Ateneo.
Here's Andrew Cruz. Clears some room, but nothing there. And the rebound belongs to UE, but a foul will be called on Butel. It's just a frustrating offensive game so far for Ateneo. I mean, Andrew Cruz already had a simple back shot, and he still missed it. As it looks like Ateneo will call a timeout here. They're down by 17 points. The UP Red Warriors making a statement here in the first half. We've got a timeout. And that is Mr. Peter Musney, who's the VP for ABS-CBN Sports, in charge of
You know what's happening to Ateneo right now is that they are lacking, and they're looking for a leader on the floor right now. Somebody has to take that full responsibility of trying to orchestrate and trying to get everybody balanced out, dude.
Andrew Cruz drawing the foul from Olan Umiping. I like what Andrew Cruz is doing. He's very aggressive, and he has not been able to produce a lot of points for Ateneo. But he's been right there, drawing fouls, getting shots off. And this one, these 2 free throws will be the first points for Andrew Cruz in this game. If you're hungry for updates on the UAAP games, just type UAAP Space Cup and send to 2366. And if you're away from the TV and want to know how the game is going, you can get the latest scores by keying in UAAP Space Score and sending it to 2366. 15-point lead once again for the Warriors. Inside. Nice cut inside. And James Yap looking for the foul, but he got the 2 points anyway. But UE running in all cylinders right now on their offense.
You know, Ateneo will have to sat down on defense to just play their men way up high, leaving a lot of open spaces for UE to just stand around and look for that pass.
Here's Alvarez inside. He gets 2 more. Alvarez, the lone bright spot so far for Ateneo. He's got 9 points and 4 rebounds.
Well, I believe he has managed to score 9 out of the 13 points of Ateneo so far.
Here's Omiping against Chia. Cutting Estrada. Estrada rises up for 2 more points. For UE, everybody's got it stuck in automatic.
You know, somebody's got to put a hand on the shooters of UE. If you're just going to leave your hands down, you're not going to be playing defense at all, Jude.
Here's Gonzalez. Dribble drive inside against 3 UE defenders. Nothing there. Long rebound to Alvarez. Out to Punacher. Punacher for 3. Kaboom! Maybe that might be a strong spark for Ateneo. But they've got a long way to go here, down by 14 points.
Well, they've got to look for somebody who can provide them the offense from the outside. Let Rich Alvarez play inside. However, when you've got a Larry Punacher who can come out from the outside, make use of him.
There's an offensive foul from J.R. Estrada. He lowered his shoulder. Here's a strong signal from James Yap. Brought to you by Globe Handy Phone, making great things possible. A couple of substitutions. Estrada will sit down after that offensive foul. Back in the ballgame, full court pressure for the Warriors. Here's Andrew Cruz getting it across against Omiping. Cross court to Punacher. Now it's Gonzalez driving against Almenario, losing it out of bounds. One forced error right there for Gonzalez.
It's a costly turnover because after the 3-point basket by Larry Punacher, what you'd like to do is keep the momentum on your side.
Here's Gubin, crossover move against Cruz. Out to Maspang. Maspang, the shot is good. So UE just cannot seem to miss here in the first half.
You know, you've got 4 UE players scoring here in the second quarter, and what's happening is that they have played the perimeter very well, and they've managed to get points from the inside, courtesy of their shorter players, Jude.
Here's Punacher, the pass to Cruz. Cruz drives inside, almost blocked away. Rebound to Witt, almost lost it ahead to Yap. The UE Red Warriors, a 16-point lead with possession. Here's Tubin all the way to the basket. A scoop shot is good. Ronald Tubin extends the lead of the Warriors to 18.
You know, nobody's just playing defense for Ateneo. Somebody could have picked up on a Ronald Tubin, even give up a foul just to prevent him from scoring. But right now, Ateneo just trying to look for their offense, forgetting how to play defense.
Well, even their offense is kind of sputtering right now. No defense and no offense so far for Ateneo. Cruz's pass intercepted by Yap. Here comes UE, 4-on-2 fast break. James Yap, sidestep move for 2 more points, and it's a 20-point lead for the UE Red Warriors. They have poured it on here against the Blue Eagles, and they have made a statement that they are, rightfully so, the #2 team in the UAAP. Inside to Alvarez against Maspang. The spin move inside. Alvarez slams it home. With a minute 41 left. It's an 18-point advantage. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, an 18-point advantage for UE as we go into a break here in the ball game. In fact, all 11 is in the second quarter. Here's Arcadi with the ball on the left side across to James Yap. The fake, the shot, long 2-pointer. That one's off right, or left rather. Ahead to Tenorio. Ateneo down by 18 points.
You know, they're having problems with their half-court set, and that's the reason why I'd like to recommend quickening up the pace, too, at this point.
Tenorio forces up a 3. That's an air ball. UE again a chance to extend on this 18-point advantage. Bounce pass to Booker. Booker against a taller Gonzalez. Outside to Artadi. Wants to look inside. Shoots the three instead. This one's a miss. The long rebound. And there's a foul. And is that on Gonzalez?
That's going to be number 3 against Wesley Gonzalez. You know, UE is very scrappy. You know that they're not taking any chances, even if a James Yap will try to hit from the outside, even a Paul Artadi. So everybody's crashing the boards right now. No boxing out whatsoever coming from the Ateneo players. And considering that Wesley Gonzalez is easily ahead, taller than Arnold Booker.
Here's Yap going up against Chia. Backs his way inside, challenges everybody, misses the shot. Gonzalez with a rebound. Gonzalez pushing it up against Booker. Gonzalez lost control of the ball, and Booker bothered him enough to force a turnover.
And you wouldn't want that from a Wesley Gonzalez. He has other things in mind. He's got to play his position very well. He's got to look for an Eli Tenorio. Eli must be able to even come close to Wesley Gonzalez and ask the ball from him just to make sure that he is control of his squad on the floor.
Artadi now on the right side. Here's Yap off the screen, 17 feet. Booker. James Yap extends it to a 20-point lead once again. The shot clock is off. Ateneo trying to find some offense here in the last possession of the first half. Tenorio will call the play. 3 seconds left. Tenorio, a three-pointer. Kaboom! Maybe that might shift a little bit of momentum back to the Blue Eagles. But after 20 minutes of play here at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum, it's been all UE Red Warriors against the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles. And Ronald Tubid and company soaring in the air against the Blue Eagles for a 17-point bulge here in the first half. We'll be back with the Nestle cheering exhibition after these.
Temperatures are getting hotter and hotter here at the Rizal Coliseum. And to cool us down a bit, we have the Ateneo Blue Babel Battalion and the UE Pep Squad, brought to you by Nestle Nonstop, the ice cream with no limits. So stick around for more UAAP action here at Studio 23.
Importantly, Jude, you mentioned it. It really is. Where is the offense of Ateneo right now? Are they playing cautious basketball? Unlike the UE Red Warriors, they've managed to give James Yap 15 points and 3 rebounds. Paul Artadi, 7 points. Caneleta with 6. Ateneo Alvarez, all those 11 points have come in the second quarter alone. Tenorio with 9, 3 out of 5 field goal shooting. And Wesley Gonzalez, only 3 points and 5 rebounds. Enrico Villanueva is out of the ball game because he's saddled with 3 personal fouls. The gamble here for the third quarter is that should we put in Enrico, he's got to score and try to trim this lead down. It's a huge lead, 17 points at the moment.
Well, let's see if Ateneo has enough to come back in the ball game. And I'd like to remind everyone that the FEU Tamaraos have moved into a good position. In fact, if Ateneo loses here, they will be tied with FEU for that number 4 spot.
Number 4 spot.
77-61 was the final score. Arwin Santos, he's been the player in question by the UP Fighting Maroons. 19 points, 13 rebounds during that first game. And like we said beforehand, he certainly is the leading candidate for Rookie of the Year with that performance. And we'd also like to tell everyone that our sportscasters and panelists are wearing ABS-CBN and Props apparel. They are available at the ABS-CBN studio stores near you. For inquiries, please call 415-2272, local 3605. And the Ateneo Gallery now standing up, trying to egg their players on to see if they can get back in this ball game. And before we go to jump ball, we'd also like to tell everyone that Chalk Magazine is the official magazine of the UAAP. Don't forget to check out Chalk Magazine's special back-to-back UAAP and NCAA issue. With 3 pages of sports features, stats, and not to mention tons of pictures from your favorite hardcourt hotties from both leagues. Chalk Magazine, from school to sports, we've got your campus covered. Let's see if Ateneo can cover the spread here. 17 points is how much they're behind, but UE playing very well, running on all cylinders. Here's Tenorio against Aminati all the way to the basket, but this is a reverse layup. Artadi will push it up for UE. Artadi ahead to Yap. Yap fakes against Villanueva. Another fake, double pump move, nothing there. Rebound Butel. Butel back to Alminario. Thought about the baseline jumper. And he gives it back to Artadi, and they'll set it up. That did not hit the rim, so there's only 5 on the shot clock. Here's Kubit to Yap. Fakes the 3, dribble drive inside. 1 second on the shot clock. Alminario hits the shot right as the buzzer expires. But the lights went out here. Let's hope that's not an omen for Ateneo. Lights out. I mean, there's a term, lights out shooting.
Well, UE did that actually in the second quarter en route to the 17-point lead, Jude. And I guess because of what happened, there's an official's timeout.
Well, we'll try to see what's up with our electricity after these messages. We have restored proper lighting here at the Rizal Memorial as Rich Alvarez is shooting free throws here. 1 out of 2 for Alvarez. The lead is 18. Here's Artadi, top of the key. Out to Yap. Yap for 3. That's short. Rebound, still loose. And Tenorio gets it. Here comes Ateneo, but UE players are back on defense. Tenorio out to Alvarez. Open for 3, but doesn't take a shot. Inside to Villanueva. Let's see if they double team. Villanueva, spin move inside. Short on the shot. Alvarez with a rebound. He'll draw the foul, and he'll hit the shot.
Possible 3-point play by Rich Alvarez. Rich Alvarez, the only player right now for Ateneo with 14 points, really pushing his teammates to do well. Here's an offensive rebound and a putback.
Alvarez sending a strong signal with a strong power move from Globe Handy Phone, making great things possible.
Well, Alvarez completes a 3-point play. Now, what Ateneo must be able to do is that they've got to stop the offense of UE. And the only way to do that is to stop Paul Artadi from orchestrating the whole set of UE.
Ateneo still in the zone defense. Here's James Yap driving the baseline. He'll be bumped by Jack Chia.
It's going to be the first of Jack Chia, Jude.
Let's go over to Patty Laurel to see what they had in store for us during that last timeout.
Yes, Coach Banal wants the boys to keep their focus and their composure. He wants them to go back to the basics, to play unselfish basketball. They also have to communicate and meet eye to eye with other teammates to execute their play properly. Back to you.
Thanks, Patty. And it certainly needs to maintain their focus as a foul will be called off the ball.
Looks like it's going to be called against Almirante. That's going to be number 2 against him. You know, in that report by Patty, it's quite important for Ateneo to understand that teams can still get back into this ball game.
Hey, that's Ange Cortez. He's 19 years old from Assumption College. Her course is advertising. And as far as we know, she's not related to Mike. And she is our Camiseta Campus Girl of the Day. So come on over to the UAP games and be spotted as the next Camiseta Campus Girl of this game. And you win 2 prizes from Camiseta. The rebound by Tenorio. Inside, and you know, every time Tenorio pushes it up, there's always at least 2 or 3 white shirts back on defense. Bonashare for 3. That's long. Yap with a one-handed rebound. Ahead to Artadi. He's got Tenorio to beat. Artadi, crossover move, the fadeaway. Goes inside, leans in. Air ball with a shot. Tubig saves it to Tenorio. Tenorio 2-on-1 against Yap. Tenorio all the way to the basket. Missed the layup. Almenare with a rebound.
Well, he was clearly bothered by James Yap. And right now, it's a counter-attack by the UE Red Warriors. Look at the kind of numbers that UE has.
He did miss the lead-in layup. And Tenorio another rebound.
You know what Ateneo has managed to do so far in the third quarter is that they have forced UE to be impatient in their half-court set. They have forced them into some shots, but if they were able to recover the defensive board, Jude.
Here's Alvarez, thought about the 3, bounces it inside. Villanueva, Tuchia, open for 3. Go! The first 3-pointer of the second half for both squads. Coach Boise Samar wants to talk it over. The Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles have cut the lead to 12 points here in the second half. We'll be back.
You know, UE needed that timeout by Coach Boise Samar. They have trimmed the lead down, and we're talking about the Ateneo Blue Eagles to just 12 points.
The lead went up to 20 points as Tenorio gets the steal, but a foul will be called on LA Tenorio. He had a little bit of the arm of James Yap.
You know, there's no doubt that the momentum on the side of the Ateneo Blue Eagles at this point, their defense beginning to tighten up, and they have been very active, even making use of their hands and their legs, their feet to be able to move around, try to distract the UE players.
Here's Yap for 3, and he answers back with a UE Red Warriors. It's nice to have a James Yap.
That's true.
To stop a run from your opponent. Here's Bonashare. Back to Tenorio. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Gonzalez. The lead is back to 15. Inside. Alvarez is pass tipped away by Estrada. Yap has it. He's got Gonzalez to beat. All the way to the basket. Missed the layup. Alvarez back to the rebound. Bonashare with the ball. 4-on-2 fast break. Bonashare gives to Villanueva. Bangs into the leaping. No foul call. Rebound. Caneleta. Cross court to Booker. Stolen by Tenorio. Behind the back pass to Bonashare for 2 points.
Well, Ateneo really keeping the spirit alive here in the third quarter, Jude.
Here's Booker driving against Bonashare inside. Challenges Villanueva. Alvarez another strong rebound.
And a foul from behind coming from Caneleta. That's going to be number 4 against Caneleta.
Well, Danny, somebody must have talked to Rich Alvarez. He is having a monster ball game so far as James Yap hits another Lipton 3-point shot. Brought to you by Lipton Iced Tea, the official iced tea of the UAAP.
You know, that's the only problem right now for Ateneo. How do you stop the handoff pass to a James Yap for a 3-point basket? If they can solve that problem, even fighting over the pick and making sure James Yap doesn't receive the ball, they've got a strong chance of trimming this lead down.
Gonzalez on the right side. Out to Alvarez. Alvarez with the ball, top of the key, back to Bonashare. Bonashare, dribble drive, baseline lean in, jumper, rejected by the UE Red Warriors.
So there was a foul, Jude.
There were 3 white shirts right there, ready and waiting for that shot by Larry Bonashare. Let's go over to Vanessa Febre for a courtside update.
Yes, the Warriors were told during halftime should focus on the now and forget about the first and second quarter. They should play both ends of the court and dominate the boards back to the end.
Well, they really have to dominate the boards as Corazon misses his first free throw, June, because now at the beginning he control the boards and Rich Alvarez beginning to be very active underneath.
That was a precision free throw brought to you by Globe Annie, making great things possible. Here's James Yap losing control, stolen away. Gonzalez ahead of the back. The foot race is on and he wins it against Booker.
And you know, the press of Ateneo working well. Probably Yui would like to bring in a Paul Artadi to break that press down.
Here's Estrada ahead for leaving the trap, back to Estrada. He's got the ball, cross court to Booker. Booker, he shoots a three, that's short. Long rebound belongs to Tenorio. Again, he's trying to outrun everybody. Tenorio stolen away, but there's a foul on Omiping.
Well, this is the run that Ateneo has been waiting for. The lead has been pinned down to 10 points, and again, we talked about just letting the game flow to them, and right now Ateneo, they're running their fast breaks, getting the numbers over UE.
Well, it's been the defense of Ateneo that has really stood in the forefront here in the third quarter, but it's still a 10-point advantage for the UE Red Warriors.
But they've made some headway tune into that 18-point lead. It's just out to 10, possibly 8 on the free throws of Eli Tenorio. And Ateneo's doing this despite Enrico Villanueva having a bad day at the office. Villanueva has not scored heavily for Ateneo.
Well, in fact, Villanueva, Manny has 2 points in the ball game, and that was early on in the first quarter. Ateneo missing a few free throws here. It might have helped their cause in getting the lead in single digits. Tenorio, that's the lead to 9. He's got 10 points in the game. He and Alvarez are in double digits for Ateneo. Artadi now with the ball, guarded by Chia. This is Tubit on the right side, gets a screen from Butel. Back in the corner, wide open once again, it's James Yap. The rebound to Estrada, he's blocked away by Villanueva. Gonzalez gets it. No numbers for Ateneo. Back to Tenorio, the lead is down to 9. Tenorio calls the play on the left side. Tenorio, crossover move, shoots a three-pointer, kaboom! LA Tenorio has got the lead to 6 points here.
13 points now for LA Tenorio from 18 points. The lead has been driven down to 6 points, and again, now is a setup play for LA Tenorio by Rich Alvarez.
Yap tries to answer back, kaboom! James Yap has 21 in this ball game. So they're raining Lipton Ice these three-pointers this third quarter. Tenorio now on the left side, the lead is back to 9. Alto Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking cross-court. Alvarez picked up his pivot foot.
Traveling against Rich Alvarez, you know, he could have just let the ball pass.
Here's a tough defensive play brought to you by 24-Hour Rexona, your best defense against odor and wetness. Enrico Villanueva did not let Ateneo down there. Ateneo now down by 9 points here in the third quarter. 3:39 left. We've got a timeout. Don't go away. Here in the third.
What a surge by the Ateneo Blue Eagles here in the third quarter. Again, Eli Tenorio has been the key factor for Ateneo. So take a look at Mr. Bong Tao. It's quite obvious that he's wearing red.
Well, he's very involved with the UE Red Warrior team. As we mentioned before, stolen away by Tenorio. Ahead of the back. Tenorio for 2 more.
It's just down to 7.
LA Tenorio with 15 points now in the ball game. This might be the breakout game for Tenorio. He has not played as well as last year so far.
And if you notice right now, it's Paul Artadi suddenly playing cautious basketball.
Here's James Yap trying to answer back. Battle for the rebound, and Ateneo rebounding well now here in the third. Here's Chia pushing it up. Chia ahead to Punasher. Passes it back to Villanueva. Tenorio fakes. Goes inside. Gonzalez from the baseline. That's long. Ball is dipped. Artadi with the ball. Artadi against Chia. The pass to Tubit for the 2 points. No, it's an offensive foul.
Great defensive job by Jack Chia. He just had to establish his possession against the high-flying Rollo Tubit for the offensive foul called against Tubit.
Here's LA Tenorio outrunning the entire UE defense for fast connection, fast break from Grove Handy Mode, making great things possible. So the lead is 7. Tenorio walks it up for the Blue Eagles. On the left side is Chia, still looking. Goes on the other side. Chia shoots a 3. He hits the 3. Jeff Chia surprises everybody and cuts the lead to 4.
Suddenly, the players on the floor for Ateneo beginning to score. And that 4-point lead really is a threat at this point.
Artadi tries to answer back. Unsuccessful. So Ateneo a chance to cut the lead to 2. You know, last Thursday, Danny, everybody saw the De La Salle Green Archers came from 18 points down in the fourth quarter. Villanueva blocked away. So there's a whistle as somebody got his hand. But Ateneo, from a 20-point deficit, has cut the lead to 4 points here.
Possibly 2 because Nico Villanueva was able to fish for a foul against Masbang. Here's that move by Villanueva, so 2 free throws now for Nico Villanueva. So far, Villanueva only with 2 points in the ballgame.
But Danny, we mentioned that comeback by the De La Salle Green Archers against the USP Brawling Tigers. They were down by 18 points. And this is that fight that a lot of Ateneans have been looking for in the Blue Eagle team.
And they have showed that fight here in the third quarter, no doubt.
Villanueva misses the first. Again, free throw shooting. They missed a few here in the third. That's the Ateneo bench. Villanueva misses both free throws. And Gonzalez will be called for an over-the-back foul. So free throw shooting failing Ateneo a little bit here in the third. Will try to stop the bleeding on their end. Here's Tubit on the right side. Ahead to Yap from the corner, hounded by Alvarez. Cross court to Artadi. Artadi, drive inside. Yap open for 3 again. This one is long. They're starting to miss in the 3-point area. Artadi drives inside against Panasher. Bounces it to Tubit. Tubit baseline drive against Villanueva. Short on the shot. Ball still loose. Loose ball gotten by Villanueva. Villanueva's pass ahead to Tenorio. Still loose. Yui has it. Artadi all the way to the basket. Artadi scoops it. No call. And an offensive wait. It's a foul.
It's a foul called against Rich Alvarez.
It's a foul on Rich Alvarez. That's number 4. If it's on Alvarez. Or is it on Gonzalez? It's on Wesley Gonzalez.
On the driving ball, Artadi. Watch this. Actually, he lost the ball. There's a bump. You know, Jude, what's happening right now is that Ateneo has become very active. In fact, with the kind of zone that they're playing, it's very tight underneath. Nobody can afford. Nobody can actually move around the basket, but there's a foul called against. Is it on...
Looks like it's on Panasher.
Panasher.
That's the first foul on Panasher.
You know what Ateneo has to do right now? They just have to sustain this momentum. They've managed to cut that lead down to just 4 points. And they have forced Yui into the penalty, so it's going to be 2 free throws right now. Also for Butel.
It's the first free throw. It extends the lead to 5. Still a lot of time remaining here. We've got a whole quarter and over a minute left here in the third. So there's been no time to panic for the UE Red Warriors.
Well, Ateneo will have to settle down. They've managed to get back into the ballgame. All they have to do is be patient on their half-court set.
Here's Tenorio, out to Chia on the left side. Drives inside, the pass tipped away, stolen by Yui. Ahead to Tubit, he's got one to share to beat. Tubit from the baseline, the bounce pass stolen away by Chia. Chia pushes it up, a UE Warrior falls to the floor, stolen away by Artadi. Ahead to Booker. Booker all by himself for 2 points.
But they've got to look for LA Tenorio at this point. Yui has managed to keep Ateneo at bay. 7-point lead, only 41 seconds to go here in the third.
Here's Tenorio against Artadi, drives baseline all the way, gets it back out, tipped away again. But Chia gets it back, ahead to Villanueva. The pass inside, Alvarez for 2 points. And he drew the foul.
A possible three-point play right now for Rich Alvarez.
So a power move from Rich Alvarez.
And that's where you want the Rich Alvarez to play. Play the inside, and so far he has given those much-needed points to the Ateneo.
Here's a strong signal from Alvarez, brought to you by Globe Handyphone, maybe the way things possible. And that's one thing a lot of people have been saying, is that Alvarez was shooting too many three-point shots where his strength really is inside. And he has shown that he can be one of the best interior players in the UAAP, especially today. 18 points now for Alvarez. You can include 10 rebounds with those 18 points. Here's Estrada. And he will be fouled by Fonacher. They are in the penalty. That's a 15 foul for Larry Fonacher. For Ateneo, rather.
So it's going to be free throws now for J.R. Estrada. Jude, this is going to be a tight match getting to the fourth quarter, no doubt about it. And Ateneo so far has gotten the momentum here at the start of the second half.
They're down by 4. I've recalled them missing at least 4 free throws already. I'm talking about Ateneo here, although J.R. Estrada misses the free throw there. There's a good look at James Yap. He is on the bench. He has scored 2 3-point shots here in the third quarter. He's got 21 points in the game. Estrada trying to split his free throws, and he does. Got 6 in the ball game. The lead is back to 5. Andrew Cruz now in the ball game against Booker. Off the play for Ateneo. He still has it. 8 seconds left. Here's Chia, nice crossover move all the way to the basket. Hands in the air, misses the shot. Booker with the rebound. 2 seconds left. You're gonna have to heat it up there with 2 seconds left as he runs out of time. So after 30 minutes of play, the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles have come back. They have cut the lead to 5 points against the UE Red Warriors. Thanks to plays like this from the team in blue. Check Chia, left alone, surprising everyone with a 3-point shot from Lipton Land. Don't go away. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. And we're just about ready to start the fourth quarter in another exciting ball game in the UAAP basketball tournament. Some faces in the crowd watching another exciting ball game here at the Rizal Memorial.
What a turnaround by the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles from 20 points down, well actually 18 points at the half, just down to 5 points. So this last 10 minutes, look at those quarter scoring. Big third quarter by Ateneo, doubling the output of UE, 24 against 12.
A quick foul on Larry Fonacher, and a technical foul, I think, was called.
They've got to settle down. Ateneo cannot lose their heads here. It's a waste for them to do so, considering that they have really challenged and brought out the spirit of Ateneo in the third quarter.
That's 2 quick fouls on Fonacher. So from 2 personal fouls, with that technical foul, now Fonacher has 4 personal fouls for Ateneo. So just like that, Fonacher with 4 fouls, and the lead is back to 6 points. Here's Artadi, he picks up his dribble. He gives to Omiping. Omiping on the left side. He's got a fresh 24. Artadi with the ball, guarded by Tenorio. Bounces it cross-court to Omiping inside to Alminario. Turnaround, bank shot is good.
Well, that's a big basket by Alminario, pushing the lead of UE with 8 points.
Tenorio has it once again. Gets a screen from Alvarez. Tenorio looking for Villanueva. Double teamed inside against Alminario now. Villanueva inside, cross court. Open for 3 is Chia. Kaboom!
Another 3-point basket by Jeff Chia. 9 points so far by Jack Chia. He's keeping Ateneo in this game.
Altadi bounces it once again to Omiping. On the corner, Altadi gets it back. They're very deliberate now on their offense. Here's Booker, the alley-oop inside. Omiping, the pass tipped away, still loose. Villanueva has it. Ahead to Tenorio, the lead is 5. As Tenorio slows it down once again. They look for some offense here. Tenorio on the right side. Looking for the post-up man. Cross court, stolen away by Omiping, and there's a foul by Chia. The dangerous pass from LA Tenorio, read very well by Olan Omiping.
They were having a difficult time trying to get the inbound pass, the empty pass to Enrico Villanueva.
That's a cool three-point shot from Jack Chia, brought to you by Refreshing Lipton Iced Tea, the official iced tea of the UAAP. Omiping. Now in the corner is Booker. Booker back to Altadi, back to Booker. Booker drives inside, challenges everybody, missed the layup. The ball is tipped, taken by Alminario. The short stab, not there, gets it back. Alminario still has it, gets one dribble, still loose. And let's see what the call is, a 3-second violation.
Violation, yes. Called against UE. Looks like Ateneo has so far gotten the formula. Let Rich Alvarez and Enrico Villanueva patrol the inside, but let Tenorio, Chia, and probably Bruce look for their outside game.
Well, Gonzalez has done well in not committing his fourth personal foul during that third quarter. Alvarez tries another three. Ahead to Estrada. Estrada, he's got a much shorter man. Bounces inside, Omiping lost control, but last touch by Ateneo. Bang will replace Estrada.
And UE still not putting James Yap back into the game.
The pass stolen away by Villanueva. Dangerous pass from Booker. And Tenorio gets it across. They're down by 5. Ahead to Alvarez. Lobs it inside to Villanueva. He's got 2 more points. Enrico Villanueva only 4 points in the ball game. And it's already the fourth quarter.
Never mind those 4 points. If those points come in at the time when Ateneo needs it, those would be big, valuable points for Enrico.
Here's Booker getting the offensive rebound. Well, you know, Danny, I don't know if this is a fair parallel, but Mike Cortez, during that comeback against UST, had 2 points coming into the fourth quarter. And he ended up with 20 and leading LaSalle to the victory. So that's the third personal foul on Chia.
Well, there's no doubt that LA Tenorio is doing well for Ateneo so far.
Arnold Booker will have 2 free throws. They lead by 3 here against the Blue Eagles. First one is good. For Booker. Second one, 2 for 2 for Arnold Booker. The lead is back to 5 as Tenorio brings it up for the Blue Eagles. A little over 7 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. They lob it inside, but Villanueva not ready. James Yap gets it. Yap with the ball, goes on the right side, floats in the air, backs it in.
You know, they just put James Yap into the ball game and he scores for you, extending this lead once again to 7 points. Ateneo will have to be very careful about that entry pass to Enrico Villanueva. You've got to get Enrico in his sweet spot even before you make the entry pass.
23 points now for James Yap. Here's Tenorio, drives against Omiping, gets past Omiping, and he's thrown in the air, and he slammed right into the ground. He lost his balance as he was hit while he was in the air. And LA Tenorio is wincing in pain. When he got past Omiping, but the help defense was right there. Here's Tenorio. I mean, he just floats in the air, and the foul is right there. And he slams to the ground. You didn't see it on your screens. You can feel the pain from here. Here's a better view. I know Director Al will get a good view at it. And there's the slam, and bam. And let's hope he's okay here. As he has been the guy who has helped Ateneo get back in this game, and Tenorio.
And talk about a hard fall, and he's being held to his bench. I don't think.
Well, let's hope he's okay.
He will have to be checked first because he's an important player for Ateneo in this comeback.
Well, the way he was brought out of bounds, I don't think he's coming back in this ball game. We're going to have to ask Patty later on if he'll be able to come back. But, I mean, if he can't walk off the court and he's still wincing in pain here.
I think he slammed his knee.
It's going to be a low percentage that he'll get back in the game. But let's hope for the best for L.A. Tenorio.
Ari Fonacier is going to be taking those free throws. It is.
Well, the rule is if somebody is injured, whoever substitutes for him will take the free throws. As Fonacier rolls that free throw in. He's got 7 in the game. Second one coming. Larry Fonacier rattles it in, so 2 for 2 for Fonacier. 68-63 is our score. 5-point lead for the Warriors. Here's Omipe. Out to Booker. Booker drives inside, the pass tipped away, stolen by Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Alvarez. Slows it down on the left side. Gives it to Villanueva, about 17 feet out. Villanueva backs his way against Alminario. Cross-court Gonzalez. Fonacier open for 3. That's long. Long rebound to Omipe.
Well, Ateneo will have to stop this offensive set. They're just down by 5 points. And look at Omipe. He's just trying to look for the open man. Alminario underneath. It gets fouled by Gonzalez. See the kind of offensive set that the Warriors are playing. They're very patient despite the press by Ateneo. They know when to pass. They're not forcing any passes so far.
You know, Danny, that's the weakness of the zone defense is really you can find some openings, especially backdoor, within the gaps of the zone. And Alminario found the gap there as Estrada got it in the middle.
You know, also, the key there is that if you are impatient, chances are against the zone, the ball can be picked off you. But again, showing a lot of patience proved well for you in that particular play.
Alminario extends the lead to 6. There you see Jack Chia. He replaced Wesley Gonzalez, who has 5 fouls and has to sit the rest of this ball game. Jason Alminario. You saw his averages. He's doubled those now with 6 points in this game. This is Fonacier. Bounces it to Villanueva. Double team to a cutting Alvarez. What a slam! Richie Alvarez. And what hang time by Alvarez.
To talk about timing in that particular play. Great dish-off pass by Enrico Villanueva to Rich Alvarez.
Here's Rubin back to Estrada. Yap open for 3 from the corner. That's way off, but the long rebound belongs to Alminario. Here's Yap. He tries another 3. This one is also a miss. And Villanueva finally gets the rebound for Ateneo. So they have a chance to cut it to 3 here as Andrew Cruz calls the play for Ateneo. Fonacier cross-court to Chia. Back to Fonacier. He's looking for Villanueva inside. Bounces it in there. Villanueva, the spin move against Alminario. Forces his way. Lowers his shoulder. Draws the foul. And you can count it.
And a possible 3-point play for Enrico Villanueva.
And Villanueva just signals to the bench that he needs a substitution.
But he's got to shoot that free throw.
He's got to hit the free throws first.
It's a good break for Ateneo and Enrico Villanueva because UE calls this timeout.
There's a nice strong signal. That's as strong as it gets here in the UAAP with a strong power move and Globe Handyphone making great things possible. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 44 minutes and 46 left here in the ball game. It's a 3-point lead for UE. Don't go away. We've got a timeout. Go over to Patty Laurel for an update on LA.
Yes, guys, LA Tenorio fans should start praying. Apparently, LA hit his knee on the floor really hard, and he's showing so much pain. Medics right now are still trying to see if it's serious enough for him to possibly sit throughout the game. Back to you, Trinidad.
Tenorio, I mean, he's got the heart, so if he can play, he'll play. And we'll see in the last 4 minutes 46 here. Villanueva to complete the three-point play. And he does not. Bonasher tips it back to Villanueva, though. Goes inside, ties the ball game. Well, they're down by one.
But Enrico Villanueva will be called for an offensive foul. They're going to count the basket, yes.
So they're going to be down by one. I thought Enrico tied the ball game.
That's going to be number 4 against Villanueva. So
just as big of a point there as Villanueva commits the offensive foul.
So it's going to be free throws on the other end.
So Gonzalez already out with 5 fouls. Villanueva now with 4. He went through all of the third quarter without committing his 4th personal foul.
These are pressure-packed free throws because you just like to push that 1-point lead. He makes his first.
The last lead of Ateneo was at 7-3 early on in the first quarter.
Well, you know, this would be a time when UE will have to go to their money man probably at James Yap. But Ateneo is showing that fight that has brought it down from 20 points.
They're down by 3 right now as Andrew Cruz brings it up. Here's Alvarez against Alminario. Alvarez making his way out to Bonasher. Back to Alvarez. 9 on the shot clock. Long 2-pointer. Alvarez gets it to go.
What a game by Rich Alvarez, 22 points, and he started it all in the second quarter after failing to score in the first.
And these are the MVP numbers that have been missing from Rich Alvarez's game so far. Here's James Yap ahead to Artadi. The bounce pass slipped away, but Omiping is right there, forces his way up, not there. Battle for the rebound. Tadeo has it, and a foul will be called on Omiping.
You know, this is a good substitution, bringing in Sonny Tadeo for the tired Enrico Villanueva. Now Tadeo has the chance to really play the kind of quality minutes expected from him to be able to help his squad.
Tadeo will bring it up. They're down by 1. They have a chance to regain the lead here. For the first time since early on in the first quarter. Out to Chia. Chia nothing there out in the corner. Andrew Cruz for 3. And battles it in. Andrew Cruz has given the Blue Eagles their first taste of the lead here in the second half.
And what an uphill climb for the Ateneo Blue Eagles, June. UE will have to keep their composure, look for James Yap to score for them.
Calling away, Andrew Cruz ahead of the back. Cruz for the layup. He missed the layup, but the follow is good by Tadeo.
And we're talking about the 40 minutes of Asani Tadeo. What a comeback by Ateneo, forcing UE to call this timeout. Ateneo leads by 4.
UE definitely needs to talk it over here. They'll be back. This timeout brought to you by Globe Handyphone, making great things possible. And you know, Danny, there's still 3 minutes and 23 seconds left here, so there's a lot of time. So UE just has to settle down, get their composure as we take a look at another Lipton Iced Tea 3-point shot here from Ateneo.
That was big.
And this one is from Andrew Cruz. A timely 3-pointer to extend the lead to 4 points. Cross court, here's Artadi. Bounces it to Tubin, who misses the layup. And Tadeo, an emphatic rebound. Let's get another update from Patty Laurel.
Dude, Danny, this game's giving me such a heart attack. I can't really control myself anymore. But the Ateneo Blue Eagles are showing so much intensity in the last few minutes of this game. They know that they really want this win so badly. They'll do whatever it takes to make the rest of the Ateneo family proud. Back to you guys.
Well, just calm down, Patty. We're trying to tell the UE Red Warriors to calm down, but I guess You're going to have to tell Patty to calm down as well.
You know, UE will have to calm down. What's happening to them right now, they're forcing a lot of shots. And Ateneo, this is the kind of game that people are expecting of them. Coming back down from 20 points and, again, showing a lot of intensity, as what Patty said.
Here's Alvarez forcing his way inside. The jumper bounces in. Ateneo up by 6 points, 78-72. Let's get an update from Vanessa Febre of UE.
Yes, Coach Boise has been telling his boys to set up the play perfectly. Go inside, penetrate the boards, kick out, then drop pass. It's very important about play aggressive, watch Villanueva, and not be afraid. Back to you, Judith Caddy.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. You've got a timeout. We'll be back. Welcome back to another exciting ball game in the UAAP basketball tournament. It's the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles a 6-point advantage over the UE Red Warriors. And I think off that shot by Alvarez, there was a foul on Arnold Booker on Sonny Tadeo. And this is why Ateneo regains possession of the ball. So with 2:21 left, they are in the driver's seat here. An offensive foul. Just when I say they're in the driver's seat.
They call an offensive foul against Andrew Cruz. You know, this 6-point lead is still dangerous considering that UE has got the likes of a James Yap. But now that the momentum is on Ateneo, you can expect them to play a tougher defensive stance against the shooters of UE. It's quite important that UE will be able to run a half-court set wherein they feel comfortable with, via 3-point basket by James Yap or via an inside move by their big guys.
Here's Artadi, bounces it inside, Paspang the half hook, and he gets it to go. Ateneo trying to get it across. Alvarez leads his way against the UE defense. 2 minutes left here in the ball game. 4-point lead for Ateneo, and they've got possession. Out to Alvarez on the left side. Down the wire we go. Alvarez fakes, fires, lost control of the ball. Rebound Maspang. UE a chance to cut it to 2. Ahead to James Yap. Yap drives inside, finds some room, out to Booker. Here's Artadi, fakes the 3, goes inside, draws the foul from Andrew Cruz.
All important free throws now by Paul Artadi on the third personal foul of Andrew Cruz. 18 fouls right now for Ateneo.
Tadeo, who did a very good job in relieving Enrico Villanueva, sits on the bench. Villanueva back in the ball game with 4 fouls.
You know, it's a good thing that Villanueva was able to stay away from foul trouble as the surprise substitution. L.A. Tenorio coming back in for Andrew Cruz.
Well, that's very good news for Ateneo fans. L.A. Tenorio feeling healthy enough. I guess it's just probably a bruised knee.
Yes.
I'm sure it's going to hurt after this game. They're just going to have to ice it up.
They're just going to ice it up after the game. But again, the kind of intensity that was shown by Ateneo, I don't think a player on the bench would like to just sit down. They'd like to play on the floor.
Artadi's first free throw does not go. Artadi with 7 points in the ball game, looking for his 8th. They're down by 4. This is the cut it to 3. 1 out of 2 for Paul Artadi. Here's Tenorio, and he brings it up against Artadi. Gets it across, ahead to Punacher. He's going to be looking for Villanueva. He lobs it over against Paspang. Villanueva backs his way against Paspang. Double team down to Punacher. He shoots a 3. Kaboom! Gary Punacher hits the big 3-point shot for Ateneo.
Some substitutions right now. Paul Artadi has been replaced by Omiping.
UE does not have a timeout left in the game. Ateneo, I believe, still has 1 more timeout.
Well, it's imperative for UE to score on this offensive set. And I think they're just going to look for James Yap. It's a 6-point lead right now for Ateneo.
Here's Yap double team. Down to Dubin. From the corner, a 3-pointer. That one's long. The follow by Estrada is good, though. Still over a minute left Lots of time left here in the game. Ahead to Tenorio.
Ateneo can run the same play for Enrico Villanueva because Enrico in the previous play just popped the ball out once again to Larry Panasier.
Here's Villanueva. This one is a blocking foul on J.R. Estrada. And they are in the penalty, so Villanueva will shoot 2 free throws. But he has not shot well from the free throw line.
And you know, that was a good break for Ateneo because I felt that it could have gone either way. Let's take a look at that one once again.
Here's Villanueva. If you recall, there was a play that was similar that they called him for an offensive foul but counted the basket. That time, the basket did not count. Villanueva 0 for 3 so far in free throws. Make that 0 for 4.
Well, he's got to make one, Jude. Ateneo in the play of UE after this free throw will have to stop James Yap from scoring from the outside.
Make that 0 for 5 for Enrico Villanueva. So still a 4-point lead for Ateneo. Here's Yap for 3. Come on! James Yap hits the 3. He cuts it to 1. And he is looking for a foul. Here's Tenorio bringing it up. Lots of time left. Here's Chia from the 3-point area. Ateneo will slow it down. They're up by 1. Cross court to Panasier. They want Villanueva again. Villanueva back to Panasier. Fakes the 3. Drives inside. Blocked away by Estrada. Ahead to Altari. Against Tenorio. Altari gives the lead to the UE Red Warriors. 23 seconds left. And Ateneo has called a timeout. Ateneo has called a timeout. UE has taken a 1-point lead. Off the block shot. Here, we're going to listen in to the huddle of Ateneo. The shot clock will be on.
Nobody going back down on defense for Ateneo, just sleeping. Paul Artadi to go up against Maneli Tenorio.
Here's the 3-point shot by James Yap. He was looking for some fouls here. Well, there was no foul, but James Yap, the money man for the UE Red Warriors, hits the 3-pointer, and here's the block and the fast break. 2 points and put UE back in the lead as Paul Artadi beats LA Tenorio to the basket. 23 seconds left. It's very difficult to figure out what Joy Bernard's trying to do there without the audio. But rest assured, we're going to have a nice finish here once again in the second round.
Looks like James Yap has suffered from the cramps. They're trying to massage his legs.
Well, in fact, that's what he was asking for. Not a foul, but a substitution from the slow-mo replay.
So this is going to be a very big offensive set. The game clock is off. Only 23 seconds left. The question is, will UE foul a guy like Villanueva, who is 0 for 5 from the free throw line, or play tough towards the last few seconds? But then again, I believe we're just going to go down to Rich Alvarez.
Here's Alvarez. Inside to Villanueva once again. Villanueva misses the shot, gets it back. The follow is not there, but there's a whistle.
There's a foul.
And here's the 2 free throws you were talking about.
He is 0 out of 5. All important free throws for Enrico Villanueva with only 9 seconds left.
Well, you know, Danny, if you recall, during the first round, Villanueva had 2 free throws to tie the ball game against FDU, and he made both of them. And Coach Coy Banal was sure that he was going to miss at least 1. So let's see what happens here. Villanueva has shot 5 free throws. He's missed all of them. So he's got 2 more coming here. He needs at least 1 to tie the game and 2 to give Ateneo the lead. Well, Villanueva looking for his first made free throw of the ball game for the tie. And he bounces it in.
We're all tied at 82, Jude. Now some pressure has been taken off the shoulders of Enrico Villanueva because of the first made free throw. I'm sure he can make the second free throw.
Well, Danny, remember, there's no more timeouts remaining for both squads. This is for the lead. Villanueva hits it. The ball is loose. Fonacier has it. Tenorio with the ball. Tenorio forces up the shot, and he misses it. The ball is with Tubid. The last second lead by Tubid is off. And once again, for the second time in 2 days, we go into overtime. Here in the UAAP. It's 82-82. We're going to have 5 more minutes, so don't go away. We'll be back. Back at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. What a ball game. Enrico Villanueva, 1 out of 2. Here's the second free throw. And the ball was loose. Fonacier gets it. Tenorio actually had a chance here.
There's still a lot of time here, and Tenorio launching this jumper.
As it was short. And Ronald Tubid, this is a Hail Mary heave.
We go into overtime, Jude. What's important for both squads here in overtime, forget about this whole game. Start from 0 once again, and
well, remember, the penalty situation, as far as I know,
is carried over
to overtime. So every foul will result in free throws here in the overtime period.
Well, there's no doubt that probably UE would like to have James Yap on their side, but they're trying to.
So he's not in the starting lineup here.
They're trying to stretch the legs of James Yap.
Well, this is the 3rd overtime game in 1 week.
All these will go to waste for Ateneo should they lose this game. Coming back down from 20 points, so I believe the spirits are still up for Ateneo. UE suddenly gaining that momentum towards the last few seconds to tie up this ball game, Jude.
Well, Danny, this would certainly be a big blow to the Ateneo campaign, as 2 overtimes in 2 straight Saturdays if they don't pull this one off. Of course, last Saturday, 2 big 3-point shots by Arwin Santos sent it to overtime, and FEU went on to win that game. This one, Villanueva hitting 1 out of 2 free throws, sending it to overtime.
Well, we can't start the ball game because the 2 other referees right now.
1 more referee. We need 1 more. And I think he just had a short CR break. We're still waiting here for the official.
So what's going to be crucial here, the gauge will be the first 2 minutes in overtime.
Here's our Nike schedule for tomorrow. The Adamson Falcons go up against the UST Growling Tigers. That's at 2 o'clock at the Rizal Memorial. And later on, it's NU versus LaSalle. And NU winning their first game against Adamson last Thursday here in the standing. So we're all set here. 5 more minutes of play. First possession, Ateneo.
Every possession counts and every defensive stop counts here in overtime.
Alvarez looking for Villanueva inside. Picks up his dribble. Still looking. Hands off to Villanueva in the 3-point area. Villanueva makes his move. Forces up a shot. That's short. Gets his own rebound. Draws the foul. So guess what? More free throws for Enrico Villanueva. 1 out of 7 so far.
Philip Butel will foul out with 5 personal fouls.
So Villanueva, well, Butel is on your screens right now, but Villanueva was getting some motivational words from Richie Alvarez, who has, by the way, shot very well from the free throw line here in this game.
Well, I don't think Enrico at this point is feeling the pressure. He can just forget about those missed free throws and make these 2.
Villanueva, cool as ice with that first free throw. And, you know, Patty Laurel has worked overtime for 2 straight games now. Patty, what do you have for us for the sideline?
Yes, Coach Joel Banal demanded the boys to give them their best shot until the very end of the game. He also told them that they have to play smart basketball. By this, he means they have to run with their heads up. They have to be aware of what's happening at all times on the court. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Patty. As UE now has possession, they're down by 1, as a foul will be called on Richie Alvarez.
You know, what Patty was trying to say is that they cannot afford any lapses here in overtime. They cannot afford some defensive lapses as Rich Alvarez picks up his third personal foul against the driving Paul Artadi.
Paul Artadi, the standout from LaSalle Green Hills. He'll shoot 2 free throws. You know, we talk about Villanueva, but Artadi hasn't shot well from the free throw line either, as that face says it all for Coach Boise Zamar.
Well, he's got to make one to tie up the ball game.
So we're all tied up once again at 83.
You know, it's all a question of stops here and execution, Jude. We're in overtime. The game's very tight. Ateneo will have to go back to the basics, and that is trying to get Rich Alvarez into scoring position. But an offensive foul will be called against Alvarez. That's number 4.
Alvarez kind of forcing the issue there. Looks like he's hobbling a little bit here. See if he got injured. He drives inside, bumps into Estrada, and he's going to sit on the bench. I think he got injured there, either an ankle or a knee. Hopefully he can get back in the game as well. L.A. Tenorio also in the ball game for Andrew Cruz. Sonny Tadeo will replace Alvarez. Artadi will bring it up. Here's Booker inside, out to Artadi from the corner. Artadi out to Tubit. Tubit fakes the shot inside the dish, kept away. Last touch by Ateneo. It'll be UE ball rather.
7 seconds left on the shot clock of UE. UE still having some difficult time in the absence of a shooter from the outside.
Here's Booker inside, knocked away by Villanueva with 3 on the shot clock. And you know, Danny, when it was overtime, it was 82-82. The last time that Ateneo went into overtime was against FEU, and the score was also 82-82. So for Ateneo's sake, they're hoping that the same thing won't happen as last Saturday. Let's go over to Vanessa Febra for a courtside update.
Yes, we have Coach Boise giving his boys a little boost coming into overtime. He also rested James Yap for a little while so that he will be able to play on the Hawks game in the final few minutes. He said that they should play with head and heart. Back to you, Jude and Danny.
Here's Villanueva missing a shot, getting his own rebound, but missing a shot again. So James Yap just resting on the bench there. Ready for the last few minutes. Here's Artadi, bounces into Yap. Cross court. Now it's Artadi once again. Drives inside to Tubit. Tubit for 3, but there's an offensive foul off the pass-off by Artadi.
It looks like L.A. Tenorio is once again hurt. He just came into the game.
It looks like it's cramps. So.
It's cramps.
He wants a substitution. And it's going to be Andrew Cruz.
Looks like it is cramps. I think it's the same injury that has been bothering.
Well, last time they lost to UE, he also had a cramp injury.
They make the substitution.
L.A. Tenorio being worked on by the trainers of Ateneo. Telling him to get out of the baseline area, as it is kind of a hazard being there. You want to bring him to the bench area. Or at least clear themselves about 3 or 4 feet outside of the baseline. But Tenorio trying to get rid of the cramps to get back in the game. They're going to bring him right by the bench here. Dalawang beses nang dinala sa bench, you know? So L.A. Tenorio this time will get worked on once again, most likely for his cramps. 83-83 is our score. Both teams have scored a free throw here in overtime with 3 minutes left in the game. Inside now to Villanueva against Canaleta. Villanueva inside, no call. Gets his own rebound. His tip still doesn't go. So Villanueva has had a number of short shots here that hasn't gone.
You know, know, he's beginning to baby his shots because of the number of shots that he has missed. He's got to go strong, even with a man or even without. He's got to go strong for the basket.
Yap fakes a three. Nice crossover move. Floats in the air and makes the shot. James Yap. What a shot, and he's suffering from cramps as he stays on the ground. Here's Chia all the way to the basket. Reverse layup is good as James Yap is still on the other side with cramps. And he's going to have to be replaced here. And this always happens in overtime games, especially in venues as hot as the Rizal Memorial.
You know, what Coach Boise Samar was saying was that, how is it that when LA Tenorio had those cramps, it took them a while. However, James Yap, when he developed cramps, they didn't call any officials timeout, but apparently looks like Ateneo inbounded the ball quickly.
But UE cannot call a timeout.
Yes.
And the officials also cannot call a timeout since James Yap was on the opposing team of whoever had the possession.
Yes.
So they had to wait for UE to regain possession before they could call the officials timeout. And Ateneo, certainly, you can't blame him for trying to take advantage of a 4-on-5 situation. And I've also been told, I just got a text saying that even the LaSalle USD game that went into overtime was also 82-82. So 3 straight overtime games here in the UAAP at 82 all. So that's the magic number, 82. Artadi will go back in the ball game here for James Yap. We're tied at 85.
This would be crucial. Injuries suffered by both camps, LA Tenorio for Ateneo, James Yap for UE.
UE has the ball. We're tied at 85. 2:33 left in the game. Booker gets it across ahead to Omiping. Omiping on the right side tries to elude the defender. Cross court. Here's Ubid. Dribble drive inside, loses control, gets it back, forces it up, tipped away. The ball goes out of bounds with 5 seconds left in the shot clock.
And this is what will happen to UE